In summer, watering is at the front of a gardener's mind, but as the weather cools, we get a bit more complacent. So I'm here to remind you that cool doesn't necessarily mean wet. And in so many parts of Australia, the garden doesn't just shut down in the wintertime. There are still lots of things actively growing and flowering, like the kitchen garden. So the cool season veggie patch is in full swing and there is plenty on the planting menu. So you can get things like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale into the garden now, and that's just to name a few things. Now, young seedlings are particularly vulnerable to drying out, so just make sure you keep the water up to your growing little plant babies. A Nylex watering can like this is perfect for young seedlings. The watering rose is peppered with small holes that give you an even distribution of fine water droplets, so water can soak deep into the roots without blasting young plants out of the soil. There's a good 9 litres of water in here, so I also like that it has 2 handles to make it easier to hold and control. Beyond the veggie patch, the garden is definitely not sleeping. Bulbs are beginning to poke their noses above the soil, and cool season beauties like hellebores, daphne and pansies are flowering or gearing to flower their socks off. Soils lose less moisture to evaporation in the winter time than they do in the summer, but you still need to keep the water up to your growing and flowering plants. So get your hands on a digital rain gauge like this. So it's designed to monitor hourly, daily, weekly, monthly and yearly rainfall, so you know exactly how much water your plants are getting and when to get out the hose. And as a bonus, the gauge empties itself. And don't neglect your indoor beauties either. Plants can look a little sad if they're too wet or too dry, so poke your finger into the soil first to see if they need a drink. If the mix is dry down to your second knuckle, then it's time to quench their thirst. And if your houseplants are looking a tad dusty, then take them outside for a good rinse. This Nylex Premium multifunction spray gun has 7 different settings. For this job, the gentle shower spray setting is perfect to get the foliage looking shiny again. And remember to allow your houseplants to drain before you bring them back inside. So if you want to keep your garden looking blooming beautiful both indoors and out, then don't neglect your watering. Just listen to your plants, keep a close eye on your rain gauge and water the smart way.